Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. India in touch with Iran on possible evacuation of Indian pilgrims and students stuck there. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan says buffer stock of personal protective equipment and N95 masks being maintained by states. All states asked to create rapid response teams for management and control of COVID-19. Student health card for school children launched in Jammu and Kashmir. Rajya Sabha adjourned for the day over Delhi violence. And in sports, Indian women create history by entering the ICC T20 World Cup final. Health Minister Harshvardhan today said that India is in touch with Iran on possible evacuation of Indian pilgrims and students stuck in the coronavirus-hit nation.
Another major area of concern is Indian pilgrims and students stranded in Tehran. Government of India is following up with Iran authorities for their well-being and to tie up evacuation as per need.
Making a statement in the Rajya Sabha today on the coronavirus outbreak, the Health Minister said the government is providing a national-level training workshop tomorrow for all states and hospitals.
A national-level training workshop has been planned for all the states and hospitals from other ministries on COVID-19 management on 6th of March 2020, which will then be taken up to district level. Senior officers of the ministry have been deputed to states and UTs to review their preparedness and provide required guidelines in the containment efforts.
The minister said a total of 29 people in India have tested positive, including 3 initial cases in Kerala, who have since recuperated and been discharged. Dr. Harshvardhan said Prime Minister Narendra Modi is personally monitoring the preparedness to tackle the situation. He informed the House that the Health Ministry, along with a group of ministers, is also monitoring the situation. The minister added, India is in regular touch with the World Health Organization.
So, Government of India is in regular touch with the World Health Organization's headquarters, regional office and the country office to get updates on the evolving scenario. Our focus is on adherence to core capacities for disease preparedness and response, which include surveillance, laboratory diagnosis, hospital preparedness, logistics management, capacity building of healthcare staff, and risk communication to the community.
The minister said universal screening for all international passengers at airports is being conducted. The minister also said to ensure availability of critical items like personal protective equipment and N95 masks, the exports of the same were restricted. A buffer stock of personal protective equipment and N95 masks is being maintained by states as well as the union government. Leader of Opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad said there is a need to create awareness among the people about coronavirus at railways and bus stations. Tiruchi Shiva of DMK, Derek O'Brien of TMC, Ram Gopal Yadav of SP, Vigila Satyanant of AIA DMK and others also spoke about the issue. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan made a statement today in the Lok Sabha also on COVID-19. An Indian medical team will reach Iran today for novel coronavirus screening of Indians stranded in that country. In a tweet, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar expressed hope to establish first clinic at Iranian city of Qom by this evening. He said the screening process will start immediately after that. The minister said India is also working on logistics of return with Iranian authorities. He added that a group of ministers is constantly monitoring the progress. The government today said that every state has been asked to create a rapid response team for the management and control of novel coronavirus COVID-19. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, Sanjeeva Kumar, Special Secretary, Ministry of Health, said so far 3,542 samples of affected persons were collected and out of them 3,513 tested negative.
Universal screening has been mandated since yesterday. It should stabilize today with additional staff being provided by the states. Since some cases of community transmission have also been observed, it has been decided to actively involve district collectors, and states have been asked to form rapid response teams. Private sector shall also be engaged for COVID-19 management.
The Health Ministry has released a list of do's and don'ts in the light of the novel coronavirus outbreak. People have been advised to observe good personal hygiene and practice frequent hand washing with soap. When hands are visibly dirty, people should wash their hands with soap in running water. If hands are not visibly dirty, alcohol-based hand rub would also work. Used tissues should be thrown into the bin immediately, and the basic etiquette of covering the mouth while sneezing or coughing must be followed. People should see a doctor if they feel unwell. The government has set up a helpline number 01123978046 and email ID ncov2019@gmail.com for any queries. The Rajya Sabha was adjourned for the day following opposition protests over Delhi violence after Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan made a statement on novel coronavirus and some members' suggestions to tackle the situation. The members from the Congress, Left, TMC, DMK, SP, BSP, AAP and others trooped into the well, raising slogans against the government. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu repeatedly asked the agitating members to go back to their seats and allow the House to take up the question hour, but in vain. Later, Mr. Naidu adjourned the House for the day. Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat informed the Lok Sabha today that 78 water-stressed districts in Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh have adopted rainwater harvesting. They are taking adequate measures to regulate over-exploitation of groundwater. The Central Groundwater Board is implementing the National Aquifer Mapping and Management Program in areas which have recorded a high depletion of groundwater. Aquifer maps and management plans have been prepared to cover an area of over 11 lakh square kilometers in various parts of the country, the minister said. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com.
आज का भारत जानता है कि जब देश की बेटी खड़ी होती है तभी जीत बड़ी होती है। जीत बड़ी। आज 3 तलाक के खौफ से बेखौफ खड़ी है बेटियां।
कितनी मुश्किल से अकेले पाला मैंने इसे, पर मेरी बेटी को ये डर नहीं। 3 तलाक से आजादी कबूल है। जीत बड़ी।
देश की रक्षा की कमान लिए सबसे आगे खड़ी है बेटियां।
अब हम भी पूछ सकते हैं।
जीत बड़ी। मुद्रा योजना से देश की प्रगति को नई रफ्तार दे रही हैं बेटियां।
लोगों ने पूछा दुकान खुल गई तेरी, मैंने कहा नहीं, पंख खुल गए हैं मेरे।
8 करोड़ गैस कनेक्शन, 11 करोड़ शौचालय और मुद्रा योजना से 15 करोड़ महिलाओं को लाभ। भारत सरकार के ऐसे कई कदमों से ये साबित हो रहा है कि जब देश की बेटी खड़ी होती है तभी जीत बड़ी होती है।
हर एक काम देश के नाम, भारत सरकार द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal today held a meeting with members of peace committees of violence hit northeast district of the national capital. Talking to reporters after the meeting, Mr. Baijal said normalcy is returning in the affected areas and the schools are functioning. Meanwhile, Delhi police has registered 531 FIRs and arrested or detained 1,647 people in connection with the violence. 47 cases have been registered under the Arms Act. The Supreme Court today refused to allow a victim of the recent Delhi violence to intervene in a matter in which the centre has raised the issue of alleged hate speech by activist Harsh Mandar during anti-CAA protests. Senior advocate Colin Gonsalves mentioned the matter before a bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde and said the riot victim wanted to intervene in the Harsh Mandar case, which is scheduled to be heard tomorrow. The CJI said the Solicitor General has been asked to put the video of alleged hate speech by Mandar on record. The Delhi police had on Wednesday filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court against Mandar. They sought initiation of contempt proceedings against him for alleged derogatory remarks against the Apex Court and its judges. The Supreme Court today said it will set up a vacation bench for the 7-day Holi break to hear urgent matters. A bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde said it will not be on the day of Holi, but during the week. The CJI made the statement after a lawyer mentioned a case and sought urgent hearing. Till now, the Apex Court had a vacation bench during the summer break of nearly 2 months. The Madras High Court has directed the Tamil Nadu police to book those who are protesting against the Citizenship Amendment Act in Tirupur without permission. A group of people are holding demonstrations in the Nitwest city since February the 15th. Lieutenant Governor G.C. Murmu today launched Student Health Card in Jammu. In his address, the Lieutenant Governor said that midday meal was launched for the needy school-going children to prevent malnutrition. He said now Student Health Card scheme will also prove to be very beneficial because it will ensure regular check-up of children. This program was organized by the Directorate of Midday Meal School Education Department in association with the National Health Mission at Teachers Bhavan, Jammu today. Central Adoption Resource Authority CARA has invited suggestions and feedback for simplification of the adoption process from all stakeholders, including prospective adoptive parents, child welfare committees and the general public. People can send their suggestions by the 3rd of next month on karahdesk.wcd@nic.in. Women and Child Development Ministry said a national consultation was held by CARA recently in New Delhi to discuss possibilities for improving and streamlining the adoption process. The government has taken a series of initiatives for empowerment of women, and special emphasis is being given for the empowerment of tribal women. International Women's Day, which is being celebrated on the 8th of this month, has the central theme of providing a gender-equal world by taking action for equality. People are using the hashtags IWD2020 and Beti Padhao Desh Badhao to share uplifting stories in the run-up to International Women's Day. Our correspondent takes a look at the various schemes of the government to push for empowerment of tribal women and promoting entrepreneurship among Divyang women.
National Scheduled Tribes Finance and Development Corporation is implementing Adivasi Mahila Sashактикаран Yojana for tribal women. Under the scheme, scheduled tribe women can undertake any income generation activity. Loans up to 90% for scheme costing up to 1 lakh rupees are provided at a concessional rate of interest of 4% per annum. Talking to AIR News, Sunita Gupta from Dausa, Rajasthan said that government is providing loans to Divyang artisans to start their own business.
पहले हमको लोन देते हैं, लोन से हमें अपना काम स्टार्ट करते हैं, तो हैंडीकैप लोगों को सिखाते हैं। मैंने 9 लाख का लोन लिया और मुझे 10 साल हो गए आते हुए। अब हमारा एक फाउंडेशन बना है, तो हमको होटल का खर्चा, आने जाने का और खाने पीने का सारा खर्चा उठाते हैं।
The schemes of the government are benefiting a lot of women, resulting in their empowerment. With Dipendra Kumar, Suparna Saikia, AIR News, Delhi.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today paid tributes to former Odisha Chief Minister Biju Patnaik on his birth anniversary. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said Biju Patnaik worked tirelessly for India's development and pioneered the development of Odisha. He also shared a document from 1945 to highlight the courage shown by Patnaik in flying then underground leader Ram Manohar Lohia. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has said that lawmaking is the most sacrosanct job in democracy, and if law is not enforced, then democracy fails. Addressing the 3rd Young Superintendents of Police Conference and Police Expo 2020 in Gurugram today, Mr. Doval said, a law is as good as it is executed on the ground. India has entered the final of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup after semi-final clash against England was rained out in Sydney. This is India's maiden final of a Women's T20 World Cup. The final match will be played on Sunday. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India in touch with Iran on possible evacuation of Indian pilgrims and students stuck there. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan says buffer stock of personal protective equipment and N95 masks being maintained by states. All states asked to create rapid response teams for management and control of COVID-19. Student health card for school children launched in Jammu and Kashmir. Rajya Sabha adjourned for the day over Delhi violence. And in sports, Indian women create history by entering the ICC T20 World Cup final. And with that, we end the midday news.